Oh, hello, great readers. I'm Bo-chan.
I'm Nimacum.
I'm Van-chan.
In this class, I'll read all of you a part of Ulysses,
S.
L.
Ulysses, James Joyce. Chapter 16, Sec 3. They were haggling over money. Is that so? Mr. Bloom asked. Of course. He subioing pensively. At the inward reflection of there being more languages to start with than were absolutely necessary. It may be only the southern grammar that surrounds it. The capo of the shelter in the middle of the pit of boiling swimming. Cup of a choice concoction labelled coffee on the table and a rather antediluvian specimen of a bun. Or so it seemed. After which he beat a retreat to his counter. Mr. Bloom determining to have a good square look at him later on so is. Not a Purta. For which reason he encouraged Stephen to proceed with his eyes while he did that. Anna's by surreptitiously pushing the cup of what was temporarily supposed to be cold coffee gradually nearer him. Sounds or impostures? Stephen said after a pause of some little time. Like names. Citro, Podmore, Napoleon, Mr. Goodbody, Jesus, Mr. Doyle. Shakespeare's were as common as Murphy's. What's in a name? S. To be sure. Mr. Bloom unaffectedly concurred. Of course. Our name was changed too. He added, pushing the so-called row across. And what might your name be? Daedalus. The sailor stared at him heavily from a pair of drowsy baggy eyes. Brother bunged up from excessive use of booze. Preferably good old Hollands and water. You know Simon Daedalus? He asked at length. He's heard of him, Stephen said. Mr. Bloom was all at sea for a moment, seeing the others evidently eavesdropping too. This Irish. The seaman bold affirmed, staring still in much the same way and nodding. All Irish. All too Irish, Stephen rejoined. I seen him shoot 2 eggs of 2 bottles at 50 yards over his shoulder. The left hand dead shot. Though he was slightly hampered by an occasional stammer and his gestures being also clumsy. As if still he did his best to explain. Bottles out there. The 50 yards measured. Eggs on the bottles. Cocks his gun over his shoulder. Ins. He turned his buddy half round. Shut up his right eye completely. Then he screwed his features up semi sideways and glared out into the night with an unprepossessing cast of countenance. Boom. He then shouted once. The entire audience waited, anticipating an additional detonation, there being still a further egg. Boom. He shouted twice. Never miss nor he never will. A silence ensued till Mr. Bloom, for agreeableness sake, just felt like asking him whether it was for a marksmanship competition like the Bisley. Beg pardon, the sailor said. Onagor. Mr. Bloom pursued without flinching a hair's breadth. Well, the sailor replied, relaxing to a certain extent under the magic influence of Diamond Cut Diamond. It might be a matter of 10 years. He toured the wide world with Hengler's Royal Circus. I seen him do that in Stockholm. Curious coincidence, Mr. Bloom confided to Stephen unobtrusively. Murphy's my name, the sailor continued. The Murphy of Carglow. Know where that is? Queenstown Harbour, Stephen replied. That's right, the sailor said. For Cunding and for Carlisle. That's where I hails from. I belongs there. That's where I hails from. My little woman's down there. She's waiting for me. I know. For England. Home and beauty. She's my own true wife I haven't seen for 7 years now. Sailing about. Mr. Bloom could easily picture his advent on this scene. The homecoming to the Mariners' roadside shilling after having diddled Davy Jones. A rainy night with a blind moon. Across the world for a wife. Quite a number of stories there were on that particular Lisbon topic. Enoch Arden and Rip Van Winkle, and does anybody hereabouts remember Cockleary? A favourite and most trying declamation piece by the way of Poor John Casey, and a bit of perfect poetry in its own small way. Never about the runaway wife coming back, however much devoted to the absentee. The face at the window. Judge of his astonishment when he finally did burst the tape and the awful truth. Dawned upon him and his better half. Wrecked in his affections. You little expected me, but I've come to stay and make a fresh start. There she sits, a grass widow, at the self-same fireside. Believes me dead, rocked in the cradle of the deep. And there sits Uncle Shabor Tompkin, as the case might be, the publican of the Crown and Anchor, in shirt sleeves, Eating rump steak and onions. To be continued.